Yo, Elliot.
Hey, got this really good question from one of our buddies who wants to know about strengthening the abdominal muscles and its associations with our ability or inability to breathe. And he goes on to say that he's been doing Shaun T's insanity workout for the past couple weeks, and Shaun T keeps telling him he's got to contract his abs, right? Because in order for you to get the benefit that the video promises, which is, flat abs, you had better be tight, pulling in those abs the whole time, tightening your fucking abs. And he's got him doing the exercise, and he's like, I'm tightening my abs. But then I get tired of tightening my abs, and I let my abs relax, and then he realizes I regain all my energy because now I can breathe. I can fucking breathe. Now this guy is telling me to tighten my abs, and he's supposed to be supporting me in my health, because really that's what comes first, folks. Supporting me in my health, perhaps lose weight, that's a healthy thing. And he's telling me tighten my abs, and then I watch your videos, Elliot, and you tell me you gotta breathe into my balls. I gotta breathe deep into my balls, and that means softening my belly, Elliot. You even give us exercises in some of your videos that teach you how to soften the muscular tension in your belly. What the fuck is Elliot Hulse talking about? Why would I wanna soften my belly when tight, firm, etched out abs are so sexy and fantastic, and I paid $69.95 for a DVD series with a guy yelling in my fucking face about tightening your abs? Is Elliot Hulse out of his fucking mind? Because, well, for one, I can't breathe when I do what Shaun T tells me to do, but when I do what Elliot tells me to do, I can breathe. What the fuck is going on here? Who's right? Who's wrong? All these contradictions, it's fucking making me crazy. I'm going crazy, poking my own eye out. So, if you want to know what a fully functional abdominal wall should look like from the outside, look at a child, just a normal child, regular boy running around, about the age of 3 or 4. When they're walking, they're running, they're doing what they have to do. Their muscular system is engaged. It's mature enough, and they can engage it in such a degree that they can climb trees, jump off of shit, run, crawl, do everything that a human being should possibly be able to do in that size of a body and at that particular age. And it seems like they're so full of life and energy. They've got tons of energy. I think of my children. Their bellies, they're not hard. You don't touch it and it's hard. Now, doesn't mean that their muscles can't be hard. I touched some of my children's legs and they're very hard. They've got strong muscles. But the belly, it almost looks like it's like a soft round thing, Now, how is it that such a mighty little individual that climbs and jumps and crawls and sprints and has more energy than any fucking adult, perhaps besides Jack LaLanne, doesn't have six-pack abs? What the fuck is going on, right? What you need to understand is a number of things. Of course, I'm ranting right now. The first is that there are multiple different types of muscles within your core, okay? When we train our abdominals, we're typically thinking about the most superficial layer of the abdominal wall, which is the rectus abdominis. Okay, that's your six-pack muscles on top, and that's the one that everybody wants, and that's the one that shows itself as a bumpy mass of muscle when there's very low body fat on top. Its main purpose, there are a couple main purposes of it, but it stabilizes the rib cage, not causing you not to flip backwards, right? If you caught a football, you reach up in the air, caught the football, and you didn't have rectus abdominis, you collapse backwards. You flip this way because there's no muscle holding your rib cage down. You pop open. So that's what you need it for. That's its purpose. Along with, because it's so thick and muscly, protecting your internal organs. It's the only purpose of that muscle, right? The purpose of that muscle isn't to look the way most bodybuilders look. Now, it could, and some people are genetically inclined to that, right? Some people genetically their muscles are bigger in that particular region of the body. Mine happen to be really big. And because their body fat is low, it shows up. But that's not the case for everyone. Everyone has those muscles, but not everybody has the six-pack etched out, either because they have too much body fat over it or just the right amount of body fat for them. right? That creates a situation where the abs don't show up. Or the muscles just aren't that thick and bumpy like they are for some people. And that's okay, because we're all different. But we all try to fit into a particular mold that the world says is right. And right now, the world says it's right to have six-pack abs. So you make yourself fucking neurotic because you don't have six-pack abs, and then you buy $69.95 DVDs and tell you to hold your breath so you can have six-pack abs. You also have stabilizers of the pelvis. This is your deep abdominal wall. Paul Chek would call it your inner unit. This is your pelvic floor. This is your transversus abdominis. These are the muscles that literally act as a belt that holds in your organs, right? And when you pull your belly in, when you pull your belly button in, you activate those muscles. You turn those muscles on and they support you in stable, it's number one purpose, stabilize the pelvis. Create a situation where I talked about this in multiple videos this week, today. You know, I kept using my phone, right? Where your hips stay where it's supposed to stay. It doesn't get flipped back like some people with the Donald Duck posture, and it doesn't sag forward with like the tail tucked under type posture that other people have. It's supposed to help you create a situation where there's balance within your lumbopelvic region, and you're functional, you're strong, you're powerful. And God damn it, strong, powerful, structurally sound bodies are sexy. Okay? So what ends up happening is, now this is where you start losing your breath and you can't handle the whole bouncing around with Shaun T and holding your belly in and then basically feel like you're gonna pass out because you're holding your breath because you're trying to do what he says. You get in a situation where now you're actively engaging your rectus abdominis as the stabilizer of the pelvis, instead of lightly drawing in at your pelvic floor to stabilize your core. See, a lot of people say you gotta stabilize your core, but then they have you activate your rectus abdominis, your crunching muscles. What do your crunching muscles do? They crunch you the fuck over so you can't breathe. So here you go, jumping around with Shaun T, right? Shaun fucking T, like this, holding my belly in, crunching myself down. Now, if you crunch your body over like that, you flip your body over in the opposite direction in a kyphotic way, you're crushing your solar plexus. Your lungs can't expand down into your belly. Your belly can't press the organs down and out. That's where the organs are supposed to fucking go. That's why you have a round belly, because there are organs in there. And when you breathe deep, guess what? Your belly expands. How ugly. And your pelvic floor drops. And that's what when I say breathe into your balls, that's what I mean. Your pelvic floor drops with the soft inhalation, the softening of those muscles to allow deep inhalation down into your balls. I talk a lot about this stuff. I gotta practice it actively myself. If you want to stabilize your core, you want to activate your core, your best bet is twofold. Number one, don't eat foods that irritate your gut lining. Don't eat food that you know you're intolerant to, that cause you to have gas, cause you to be constipated, anything that you know fucks up your digestive system, because your digestive organs are tied to the deep stabilizers. They're tied to that inner unit that I talked about before, pelvic floor, transversus abdominis. Those muscles, when they're activated and you have structural integrity in the lumbopelvic region, will more than likely create a situation where when you're just standing, you've got sort of a flat belly. A soft belly, but flat. That's the first one. And the second one, practice exercises that actively engage the correct muscles that your inner unit, that actively engage them. And the best ones are very old, ancient martial arts and yoga tradition type exercises. They got different names for it. I've called it the root lock in some videos, tummy vacuums in others, depending on the tradition. Kegels, you know, if you talk to women who are trying not to pee themselves when they get old. That means drawing the belly button down and in, and sucking your like between your balls and your asshole. There's the perineum. Sucking your balls and anus up into your body. That's your pelvic floor. That's engaging your pelvic floor to pull up the organs from sinking down into your lower belly, and just that lower portion of the belly can kind of really spill out there also. But that's an area that you want to keep tight. You want to keep strong. I don't want to say tight because it fucks you up. You want to keep it strong. You want to keep it healthy. Down between the belly button, between the belly button and the asshole. That area right there. Lower dantian, they would call it in Taoist traditions. Meditation, Qigong. So that's it, dude. I'm done.
Yo, Elliot,